Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know that I look the exact same that I did in my previous video, but that's because I did double record in one day. So I did 2 videos in one day, so just ignore the fact that I look the exact same way. Today I'm bringing you guys this Q&A video that I have promised for the longest. These questions were asked way before I graduated high school, so it's been a minute, but I'm still gonna answer almost everybody's questions. If you ask me some, you might hear your question in this video, so keep on watching. For everybody else watching, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can see more videos from me. So first question says, what inspired you to do YouTube? I've been saying since the end of 10th grade, all throughout junior year, that I've wanted to start a YouTube channel on makeup and just life advice, and you know, I wanted to do like hauls and like clothing type stuff, but in general I just wanted to start a makeup YouTube channel. I was good at what I do, and I like when other people can like see that as well and like also take things from me. I feel like I could help people in a lot of different ways by creating a YouTube channel, which is one of the main reasons why I did one, and I'm super happy that I did, because the amount of people that I've touched through YouTube is just a blessing. So number 2, did you ever drift away from God? If so, how did you pull yourself back in? I did. I talked about this, and if you guys scroll down to my video that says chit chat get ready with me, finding a relationship with God, or how I found my relationship with God, I got baptized when I was 8 years old, so I was pretty young. I didn't really understand as much as I do now. I drifted away from God when I was, I want to say like middle school, 9th grade, 10th grade or whatever, and I realized I was still going to church and everything, and I realized right from wrong, but I wasn't doing everything that I could do as a Christian to be a better Christian. So I did go on a fast. I fasted at the beginning of, I don't know if it was going into 2016 or 2017, one of those two. I put away a lot of things, a lot of worldly things that I didn't need anymore, and that really did help me out. I just had to push myself to keep reading the word, picking up the Bible even when I didn't feel like it, praying even when I didn't feel like it, just writing down scripture verses, memorizing them, keeping them in my heart. So I did drift away and I did pull myself back in, and there is further detail in that chit chat get ready with me. Number 3, for future references, what are some key hygienic things to look for when you get your makeup done by someone else? As far as me being a makeup artist, like if I have back-to-back appointments, obviously I can't clean my brushes in soap and water after every single appointment. That's not possible. But I do have like makeup makeup brush wipes or whatever, so I can like swivel my brush in there, like an eyeshadow brush. I can swivel that in there to clean it off, as well as cleaning my beauty blender. All I do is like wash that with soap and water after every appointment. Everything else primarily stays the same, like concealer, foundation wise. That's not anything that I need to look out for. But if you do get your makeup done by somebody else, just make sure that, you know, like their station is pretty clean. And if you don't feel comfortable, you know, of course, say something like, you know, do you have another brush that you can use on my face, because, you know, I break out easily, or just something, you know, because you're paying to get your makeup done. So just make sure that you know how to approach the person that's, you know, touching your face. Number 4, I think, what year did you begin to get into makeup and why? I started doing makeup my freshman year, but I just started with my eyebrows, and they were a hot mess, y'all. They were a hot mess. I started with my brows, and then I just got into like powder foundation and stuff, and then I kept getting more samples, and I kept buying more and more. I started with like concealers, using that to conceal my dark spots when I started getting like acne or whatever. And I got into it seriously going into my senior year. Or was it my junior year? I don't remember, but it was going into one of those years, and I got into it seriously, like strictly. I started like contouring, highlighting, doing the whole 9 yards. When I did my friend's makeup December of 2016, I was just doing it for play, just for fun, and I put it on Snapchat, and a whole bunch of people started contacting me. Can you do my makeup for senior pictures? Yada yada yada. So I'm like, oh, this is legit now. So yeah, it just kind of went from there. And why I got into makeup, I told my mom recently, I was like, I feel like makeup was just it was just destined for me. You know, some people, makeup is definitely not for everybody, I will say that. But as far as me, I feel like looking back on older pictures and everything, I always kind of felt like the ugly duckling. And no, makeup is not used to cover up my insecurities or anything, because with or without it, I'm still beautiful, and I still, you know, post myself up on Snapchat and social media all the time with no makeup on. So no, makeup is not just to cover insecurities, but it is a way that I like to enhance myself and just, you know, try new things, like trying out new highlighters and lipsticks and eyeshadows and stuff, and doing my brows. It's just really, really fun, and it just makes your pictures look better. And that's really why I got into it, and doing other people's makeup. I just love making people feel beautiful, love making people feel pretty about themselves. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Number 4, I can't remember. I'm gonna just read the questions, y'all. What's your favorite brand of makeup? I love Maybelline, LA Girl Pro, NYX, of course, ELF, of course, and occasionally I started getting into like other things like Black Opal. I'm looking at my makeup counter right now. Black Opal, Makeup Revolution, but yeah, other than that is really, oh yeah, L'Oreal is really good too. But my main go-tos whenever I go to the drugstore is definitely Maybelline, NYX, ELF, L'Oreal. And yeah, that's it as far as I can remember. What do you want in a relationship? In a relationship, honestly, I'm not really focused on that right now, because I'm about to go to college and my major is nursing, and I don't have time for relations and getting caught up in all that stuff. But in a relationship, for one, I definitely look for a person that has a relationship with God, obviously. I feel like if you have a relationship with God, our bond would be so much stronger, because we can grow together through Christ. And I feel like every relationship should have Christ as the foundation. That is like my number one. I understand everybody wasn't brought up the same way. Even if I do meet somebody that's not as deeply rooted in God as I am, I feel like if we can help each other to get to that point, like the relationship could definitely work out. Also, if the person is genuine, they make their intentions known. I love when guys aren't shy. I don't like shy guys and guys that don't speak and guys that keep everything bottled up. I feel like, for what, like you're the dude in the relationship, you're the man, you should definitely, like, you know, let your intentions be known and, you know, express your feelings. I love when guys like talk to you, just like intimate conversations about anything. I look for affection, of course. That doesn't mean like be all touchy-feely over me all the time, but, you know, like reassurance type stuff. Let me know, you know, you're so beautiful today, you look really, really pretty, I love you so much, blah, 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 you know, stuff like that. But then again, I'm only 18, I'm still young. There's a whole lot of fish in the sea for me later on down the line. But I'm not looking for anything right now, because in the Bible it says that a man findeth his wife, so a man is going to come find me. So I'm not looking for anything right now, but those are like the main qualities that I look for in a guy. Explain to the people your difference between religion versus relationship and how you apply that to your walk with God. That's a great question. You can be a part of any type of religion, any denomination, whether you're Christian, Catholic, Muslim, Buddhist, whatever. It doesn't matter, because that's what you perhaps were born into. I was born into Christianity, so Christianity is the only thing that I know. Another person might have been born into Muslim, and that's the only thing that they know. Relationship wise, the relationship aspect is you have to have a friendship with God. You have to want to be around him. You have to want to love him and speak to him every day, just like how if you have a best friend, just like how you call up your best friend every day or text your best friend every day and want to tell your best friend everything and, you know, gossip with your best friend. You have to want to have that type of intimate relationship with God, and that applies to your walk with God, because it's like he's your friend. God loves you. He's your father. He's everything. And if you ignore him, he's not going to ignore you. If you ignore him, he's going to be waiting on you. It's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like me considering somebody my friend, but they don't consider me their friend, and it's like I'm sitting here waiting on them to, you know, call me. When is she gonna call me? When is she gonna text me? But she never does. I love her as a friend, but she never does. So really, the difference between religion and relationship, religion means nothing. Like, I feel like we should just get rid of all the religion barriers. That means nothing. Your relationship with God is the most important thing, because that's a one-on-one type thing. That's what's gonna bring you to heaven. That's what's gonna bring you to judgment day. That's what you're going to be judged on. So whatever religion you were born into, that doesn't matter, but your relationship is key to your walk with God. And if you don't have one with him, then things are not gonna work out very well for you. So when do you think you'll get in another relationship? Honestly, all I can say is God's will be done. I'm still super young. The next relationship I have, I want to date to marry, of course, because I don't want to keep hopping around from guy to guy. Like, I feel like that's too much. Might as well just date to marry. But not for a minute, because obviously I'm trying to focus on school. I'm about to go to college. I don't have time for relations. I'm open to meeting people and, you know, developing really nice friendships. But as far as relations go, I'm good off that for right now until God says so. Do you have a roommate for college, and do you like her? Will y'all be best friends? My roommate, the one that's sleeping in the same room as me, she's really cool. She has the same nursing major as me, which is a really big help, because I can tell that she's really focused, and she's actually at college right now. She's doing summer classes, and I could tell she's focused and she's like on her stuff. So I feel like we have the same mindset when it comes to that type of stuff. Do you like her? Yeah, she's cool. She's cool. And will y'all be best friends? I feel like you have to definitely get to know somebody. Like, get to know them before you just say that they're your best friend. I feel like people use the best friend term way too lightly nowadays, and I don't like that. But I mean, it's possible. You never know. Like, if we develop that type of friendship, it's definitely possible that we can become best friends. But I'm not gonna speak too soon. Like, she's a dope person, but I mean, we'll see when we get to college, obviously. If you thought you could be prosperous as a makeup artist, would you still go to nursing school? That question, that topic has been on my mind for the longest, y'all. Y'all don't understand. Like, I don't know, like, if I thought, okay, I think a lot of things. Like, I feel like I can definitely be prosperous as a makeup artist, or as a model rather, because everybody tells me that I should model. And when I say, I've been wanting to model for the longest, and I still really want to do it, but it's like, as far as nursing goes, that money that the nursing career will give me is there to stay. I feel like I'll be sitting on wealth where it'll make me comfortable, and I'm not just doing it for the money. Obviously, I definitely want to be a neonatal assessment nurse. I love babies. I love kids. When I job shadowed that nurse last year, I definitely loved it so much, and that's been my number one. But I just want to make it in life, and I don't want to financially struggle. So I feel like nursing, I'll be set for life. Like, I'll be super comfortable, because hospitals always need nurses. Like, even if I relocate, whether it's if I stay in Georgia, go to Florida, California, New York, everybody needs a nurse. And you know, I'm gonna start out with really good pay once I come out of college and everything. So nursing is still my number one. But I've been thinking lately, like, dang, could I really do makeup full time and, like, you know, make bank, or be a model as well on the side and make bank? But I'm gonna, like, put that to the side for now. Don't get me wrong, when I get to college, I'm still gonna freelance and, you know, make my money as a little part-time job. But I feel like I need to stick with my education first before I think about outside hobbies. But that's definitely been a thought of mine for the longest, and I kind of want to do it still, but we'll just see wherever God takes me. What's the greatest piece of advice you received in the last 6 months? I don't know, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll see I made this post, and it was on graduation Sunday. It was the Sunday after I graduated, so May 28th. And it was graduation Sunday at church, and Pastor TJ McBride, he was preaching about you can't be at the same level as everybody else, and you can't fit in. You have to stand out. You know, if God made you to elevate above everybody, you can't stay at the very bottom. You can't walk with people. You can't play a tug of war with the world and the devil, because you can't move forward like that. The best piece of advice was he pointed me out he pointed me out of all the graduates that were sitting on that side that Sunday. He came over to me because he knows me personally. I've been going to this church since I was 8 years old, and he came over to me and he said, Ashley Montague, long story short, he was just saying, you know, you're destined for greatness, and you need to stop like being a people pleaser and stop feeling like you always need somebody by your side. And that's so true, because ever since I was like middle school, I've always felt like alone. I've always felt like I always need a buddy to go somewhere with, or I always need, like, you know, a guy for reassurance or whatever. I've always felt like that. So the fact that he was saying this stuff, I was like, wow, like, how does he even know, you know? But he was saying like people are like sucking onto me like leeches. That's what he said. He was saying like I have to shake them off because I can't go far if I'm like trying to fit in and like be comfortable, you know, be comfortable around other people. And he was saying, you know, God has so much in store for me. He sees when I go to college, I'm gonna have, you know, great things set up for me there and everything, but I have to step out of, you know, this box that I'm in that's like, oh, I need somebody with me at all times. And I'm still kind of like that. Like, even if I'm running errands somewhere, I feel like I still need to call up on a friend and say, hey, can you run here with me? Like, I'm the type of person where it's like I can't go places alone, or I can't do things alone. Like, I always need somebody by my side. And my mom was just telling me, and it's funny because I had a dream about that literally like the other night, and my mom, you know, well, it was more so a vision, and my mom was saying that, you know, she was thinking the same things. And really, I just have to, I was watching this video on Twitter, and it was saying that we need to come to a place of spiritual solitude. And if you guys don't know what solitude is, it's just, you know, being by yourself, you know, being alone, and just meditating on God, meditating on yourself, you know, finding yourself. So most definitely, that was the best advice that I've ever gotten in the past 6 months. He really spoke to me, and it really made me change my mindset about things. So definitely the week before I go to college, I'm gonna go in deep fasting and prayer and just, you know, ask God to consecrate me and just, you know, cover me from head to toe before I go to college, so that I don't feel the need to suck onto people, and I don't feel the need to be where everybody else wants to be, and I can just stand alone. And through that, I'm pretty sure I can, you know, definitely get my schoolwork done, and, you know, just focus on classes and just focus on what I'm going to college for. So yeah. How did you slay prom so hard? Oh, thanks. I forgot who even asked me that. Oh, I think it was Victoria. But girl, I don't know. It took a lot though. Like, it was stressful, but thank you. I don't know, but thank you. How do you manage makeup, God, school, and work? So yeah, this was a question pertaining to when I was in school. You can't BS it. Like, it just has to fit into your schedule. Whenever you want to go watch TV, tell yourself, no, let me pick up my Bible and read. Let me pray. Let me do something. Makeup, like, I have appointments for that. So makeup and work wise, whenever I get my appointments for the week for makeup, I always tell my job beforehand so that they don't schedule me on those days or schedule me after my makeup appointments are done. So that's always been kind of easy. When I was in school, yeah, it was kind of hard dealing with, especially during prom season, because I was booked like back to back for a good 2 months with makeup appointments, and then also finals were, you know, around the same time. So it was kind of hard, but I did it. It's just time management. You just have to know yourself. You have to know what you can do, what you can't do. If you can't go out with your friends, if you can, you just have to know, like, can I watch TV right now? Nope, I need to put my stuff down and do my homework, or I need to wash these makeup brushes for my appointments or something. It's just time management. You just have to know yourself and figure out yourself. How does dancing affect your life with Christ, and is it a good thing? Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but it's on my Instagram if you guys scroll all the way to the bottom. But I used to praise dance at church. I stopped, I want to say I stopped about 3 years ago now. I stopped praise dancing at church mainly because the girls that were on my team, they all like went to college and they were all doing other stuff, and I was kind of stuck with the adult dance team, and I didn't want to dance with them, so I kind of stopped. Praise dancing, it's something, it's like unexplainable for me. Like, I love it so much. Like, when I hear For example, if you guys know the song Indescribable by Kira Shear, when I hear that song, the full length version, you know, and she's just like worshiping at the very end and she's just crying out to God, and I just see myself ministering that through dance. So it's like when I'm about to cry, like that's how much I love it so much. But it's like when I'm ministering through dance, it's like I'm telling my story. It's like I'm sharing my relationship with God, and it's like I'm pouring my heart out to God through dance. So I feel like definitely if God gives you a talent, it's meant to be used, you know, for his glory for sure. And that really did help my relationship with Christ, because it's like, you know, listening to gospel music, using my talent for God, it just all, you know, came together. So yeah, it's definitely a good thing if that's what you were asking. Who's been your biggest influencers? I can't really say. I don't really idolize people like that. As far as like people in the social life, I love Zendaya. I love her for her confidence and her style. People, they don't influence me though. Like when I see like famous people on social media and stuff, they don't really like influence me. Rather, I just look at them and say like, oh wow, they're doing so well, but they don't like influence my decisions or influence. I don't know. I'm not easily influenced, so I love watching them and I love watching them do their thing, but they don't really influence me like that. I don't know. My favorite places to shop are, well, Georgia, we don't even have that many like shopping centers down here, because I stay like in the suburbs. Like I don't live in Atlanta where they have like good stuff, so I don't even know what's up in Atlanta really besides like Lenox and Perimeter Mall and South Lake. But as far as like Tanger Outlet and stuff, I love Charlotte Russe and Route 21, Papaya. That's really it. Where do you see yourself in about 10 to 15 years? I'm 18 now, so 10 years would be like 28 years old. By that time, I definitely see myself pursuing the career that God has blessed me with, that God has driven me to, whether that's nursing, whether that's modeling, whether that's being a makeup artist. I don't know. We're gonna see, because college is gonna bring me to that point. Whatever I do in college is gonna bring me to that point. But definitely by the age of 28, I just see myself, I want to be married before 28, like I want to be married like 25, 26. I think I see myself pregnant at 28 with my first child, or second. I don't know. I do want to have 2 kids. I see myself, you know, still coming home, visiting my parents. I still want them to live a long life. And I think my brother will definitely be married before then as well. So hopefully he'll have kids before me, because he's 20 right now. I just see myself living a blessed life, having a very spiritual relationship with my husband, having, you know, a kid, and, you know, just like loving on my family, and just, you know, traveling for sure. I definitely want to travel in life, you know, going on cruises and stuff, just enjoying the benefits of being whatever God has called me to be. So I know those questions were so long. If you guys stayed and listened to me answer all these questions, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much. The ones who actually stayed with me, I love y'all. Shout out to y'all. Comment below if you stayed throughout the whole thing. Shout out to y'all. So yeah, that is it for the Q&A video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. That helps me a lot. And don't forget to subscribe, please, and thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. Videos are soon to be full in effect, God's willing. And I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.